Dun, 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 dun. Are we live? The Side Top Podcast number 113. Dun dun dun. Let's double check. Oh, sound is cool. I see we are on the YouTube. Hey, welcome. Side Top Podcast number 113. Your host, Santai, Just Ty is here. Just Ty, that's a place where we combine our minds with our hearts. See what our gut mind is saying, connect all those three circles and let whatever come out. Ta-da! Just come on out. Come on out. I'm gonna play the toxicity off The Sync Is Real while everything gets situated. Turn this down some. You thought we was done? Hey, Naga. Let me get the chat box situated. There we go. And bang. Yeah, what y'all listening to right now is off The Sync Is Real by Santai right here. It's on all the streaming platforms. Take a journey, take a trip with it. Alright, let's keep on going. Let's find that. There we go. Alright, let's get this started. There we go. I had to find the pop-up chat. It's been a minute getting all the technical reflexes back. Alright, here we go. Alright. Actually, when I was creating that song, it was real late at night. I think I was on some shrooms, and I remember getting on True Stream back in the day and saying, hey man, I just saw like some eyes appear in front of me while I was sitting back listening to the song after it was made. It was a real cool night. I was really in the zone. Your stream's bit rate 3 is lower than the recommended bit rate. I'll increase it next time. Hey, Goldie vibes, good vibes. Yeah, a lot of exciting stuff been happening. A lot of exciting stuff. Throw some things off the bat. Been doing a lot of art. The green screen is taking this off right now. It's supposed to be green right there. But I've been doing a lot of art. This is a painting that I did. It's up. The closer I put it, the more it's see-through. But that's even better because I never even seen it like that. Yeah. Prints will be available, and also I made some. It's all dealing with the mushroom, and stuff. And I've been working with the AI and creating some art as well. I'm gonna show y'all some of that later. I want to get on so y'all can ask some questions or what's going on with y'all day. It's been beautiful out here in Northern California. Been doing the microdosing way more often. Not really on a routine of, I'm gonna do 4 days and then take 2 days off and then this and that. Like right now, a little earlier, I had some right before the podcast. And it's been really benefiting my life in ways that I have not. Well, I mean that you see coming. It's like the things you expect, but it's like yes, it's just that yes feeling, that yes blissful, like things is going cool, even when they not going cool, cause you're just so in the mix that you. When microdosing mushrooms, my thinking is not so much in the way to collude things, to make things so cloudy and like, I don't really want to be thinking like this. It's like, well, this is what this body is going through. This mindset is experiencing. So you going to freak out, or you going to do your breathing exercises and really get into the zone. Let me go around. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, I just been going around in my own mind and going around making sure things is satisfied in this reality, taking care of the daughter, a homeschooler. So if let me explain the break. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm explaining the break that I've been taking from going lives and stuff. It's not all the explanations, but a lot of cool stuff was actually happening. My daughter's reading a lot better because I'm her homeschool teacher, so I've got to make sure that she hit the books. Got to make sure we should sit there, have those one-on-one times. She's playing piano now, and to tie this all in, microdosing mushrooms has allowed me to have the patience to go into these experiences with the confidence, and I have the know-how because I'm a smart boy. I'll be 30 years old, wow, on this earth in a couple months. Somebody brought that up a while ago, but I have a lot. Oh wait, I can't see the chat. There we go. I have a lot going on, and I wish to pass it on to my daughter. Hey, UL. He looked like he was smart. I'm gonna show y'all the picture later. UL posted. Hey, the microdose of mushrooms when I'm tying on, it's allowing me to get into that thought process of becoming like the Miss Frizzle, as you will see. I love that character, how she just gets into the zone, and that's how I am. I become the character. My voice gets real high pitched. We singing, we dancing some of the math problems out, like literally dancing, and you don't gotta just sit there and try to grind it out and think. It's a flow to this. It's a real flow to life and to learning. So with my daughter, I've been really passing it on to her. And I know from my mom, from my experiences, and what's been tied down in my lineage, is not that much patience when it comes from my mom. My grandma maybe, because she's a teacher, but she teacher and stuff. She teaches at the church. But the patience factor, a lot of people had to experience that with this COVID situation going on, having to school their kids and stuff for the first time and spend this many hours as they become older and know how to talk back to you, as they say. Or as I say, they're just thinking. I brought her up enough to think. No, you said it was just a sketch from my memory. I found the red pen, seeing if it worked. This is the picture of UL tying on right here. Oh, no, wait, there it is. This picture right there. Looks really cool. Because, sometimes we sketch things and we see things, other people noticed it before. That's how symbols be popping out and get so popular. He said, LOL, not many people knew their kids before the COVID thing. Yeah, it shows. It really shows. Because the way the system is set up, you don't have to really. Or it's set up so that it's seen as a grand learning experience with them not being under your wing so much. Because you have all these other things going on. But you know how topsy-turvy it gets when you really see how life is. And I always looked at how parents was on TVs, and I was like, man, I want to be like that, or I wish my mom was kind of like that. So I see that's just the development of my own character. And that's what magic mushrooms allowed me to see, instead of getting caught up in the circumstances of, oh, I have to do a show, or oh, I still got to make a life for myself. Like, I'm not fully satisfied, so I got to put her in 24-hour daycare and stuff so I can go and get my life together. Like, for me, I'm seeing me getting my life together involves all of these things. She can take off and take care of me in ways I never imagined. Way sooner than I would even ever imagine. Right now she's in nature school, and later she got signed her back up for dance classes. So it's no telling. And that's where I love the flow. I love the flow of not getting caught up in the rut, of which a lot of us do, and it comes up so fast. But with microdosing mushrooms, it is and the microdose range is different for mostly everybody. Some people want to get the little tingle. Some people just want to recognize that they took it and go about the day. like that placebo effect thing. But what's the placebo when it's still in your system? And what's placebo if you create reality based off of what you're thinking anyway? So you can get it on by just thinking about it, by just touching the mushroom, depending on how much thinking, how you correlate in reality. Kids have kids have a major potential that really can explode. How you think them Disney Channel kids were? And just the creativity, her mind state, she's exploring ideas. She's exploring ideas the same way that my mind is exploring ideas on a regular. And what I mean, and I'm making this about mushrooms, so when I say regular, I'm still going to throw in magic mushrooms and the idea of that, because of how it gives that extra oomph when things is popping up, so that I can get in that same mind state that I see that my kid is exploring her universe in, and how she can learn things if she chooses to learn it. She's hearing things and assimilating it into her skill set without even really paying attention to it. But if it's going on around her, it's a part of her. So it allows me to recognize that part of life. And you said you can give it to people for chronic pain. Yeah, for real. That chronic pain, that it will help relieve it, because it's a habit that your brain as well goes into. I can take off these headphones right now. It's a habit that your brain goes into with recognizing that pain and experiencing that pain. And if you can recognize it in another way, then it would not be so chronic, like come on all the time. It would actually be lower. It's a study that I wish to look into. I saw it on a TikTok. If y'all saw the Just Laugh Now show, yeah, you read the mind. It opens your mind back up with the neuroplasticity and neurogenesis. Yeah, that's the scientific side of it. It allows the neurons in your brain to find new grooves, like literally like carve. It's like a fresh pallet of snow for a skier to start going down. It's not seeing what other people did a million times. Like, all right, I see that works. Like, I'm going to survive if I go down that path. But it's like, oh, I can go here, and I can go here, and I can cut all the way, go back a little bit too, and redo that first part again, because I really liked how that felt. It was this study I was seeing on TikTok, and it was a lady saying how she went to her neurologist, and because she has multiple sclerosis, and that deals with the spine, and it comes out over time. As the person gets older and ages, it's a gene expression, and she was given DMT. Now, we're not going to go into all legality, because I don't know about that, but this is what she was saying her experience was, and she was saying how it was actually helping her. And her doctor, she was like, wait, you about to give me DMT? And dimethyltryptamine, DMT, is the same thing that's found inside of mushrooms. It just has an oxygen, a phosphorus molecule attached to it, so is different, but it still contains dimethyltryptamine. It's N-dimethyltryptamine, DMT, and I should know this. What is it called? Let's see real fast. Chemical structure of psilocybin. Oh yeah, I knew it wasn't as simple as as DMT. They got that. Let me show y'all. Let me just show y'all. Oh no, there goes the preview. But that's the that's the art I was creating with the AI, and it's DMT though. But here goes the chemical structure for it. Not really showing what I'm trying to show y'all right now. Hold on, or I can show y'all this right here. Yeah, we'll go back to that. I ain't gonna stress too much about it. It's gonna come up. You said you difference. Yeah, yep, that's what I was mentioning. I was just trying to find a chart for it. And yeah. And me personally, microdosing mushrooms, because we talk about all of the science benefits and everything. But when you in the personal realm of dealing with these substances, things go on in your personal life because it's spiritual. It's something that you're experiencing. That's what spirituality is to me. It's not something you making up because that's part of the big game, but it's what you're experiencing, how you're interacting with the people around you, how your thinking is coming into the mind, is dealing with the reality of the matter. Does it see that it's the reality of the matter? Is it see if that is different? Does it feel alienated? Does it feel promoted, gracious, or like people got their back and stuff? Oh, good tip. You said the phosphorus group is a light character that helps it get by gut MAO. I always say MIO for some reason. MAO, which is the money oxide, so that you can eat it, as opposed to DMT, which has to be smoked. You can't just eat the crystal stuff and like oh. But the mushrooms have grown in such a cool way. That is a cool thing to tie on. The mushrooms have came up in such a cool way that they just come out from the earth, and then you can just eat them. No need to mix them with anything, and you just eat the thing that comes from the earth, and you're able to experience the things that I'm tying on right now, and that a lot of people are going to tie on. Because realistically enough, there are still people out there that I hear, even on YouTubers, that say that they have not seen a psychedelic video where somebody have said how it help their life, or how it helped them manifest things, or how it helped them spiritually. I'm like, whoa, how? But I'm not going to fret too much about it because we've been tying on these things for a while now. So we're just really continuing the journey. But as I went to the mall for the first time like last week, and I saw I was inside Zoomies and I saw they had mushroom shirts and mushroom icons and stuff. I was like, this was never before. So things are really changing up. He said, the new connection in the physical helps connect to the energy of all what people call by many names. Yeah. The prana, chi, the Holy Spirit, the Holy Ghost, the one consciousness, the ether. I was trying to think of cartoons and stuff like that. But even they still be saying chi and stuff like that. Yeah, and that's what the mushrooms, this thing from the earth is able to do is what I'm tying on now on the micro level, just having like something that's less than, hey, True Life Stories. Hey, nice to see you here. I'm tying on microdosing and mushrooms in general, them popping up. And now at the point of what the past couple weeks, what I've been going with, while I'm not on the show, what they've been allowing me to experience on a spiritual level, like on a one-to-one, what I'm experiencing with my daily life, what I gotta deal with, what I gotta dip and dodge, like whoa, I gotta say, all right, I'm gonna face up to this right now. Because it's like with the mushrooms, if you're not in the microdosing range and you kind of like slip into an anger or a depression, or you used to that kind of vibe, you can forget that life is not always like that. So fast. I started remembering things when I'm a teenager, when I was younger, things that was upsetting me, or things that certain way was like I ain't already get over it. But I was like, all right. But it was like it had just be dealt with in another way. Because you never really know everything. You never really the journey still all the way turned up. That's why people still can create songs when they 50 and 60 and stuff. It just probably have a different connotation than the songs they made when they was 20, but they still going through stuff. They still feeling the vibe. Most rock stars really just stop because they like they was such on the big stage that they like, oh, are people still gonna want to listen to me, or is the label going to promote me as much of a big stage as it was when I was younger? So that's why that kind of, but still, Michael Jackson and stuff, all these people still was making music when these old people still ask why Jay-Z make music. He's still going through things. He's still feeling it. You get the yeah, but she didn't really tell me what was going on. She said she felt good and stuff like that, but I think she got to really sit with it. She's always running around. I think something fresh is coming on. They about to be up here for California time. They gonna be on California time in June. I'm getting my brother up here. Y'all heard me? Cause that was something that used to pop up during my trips as well. I would start feeling real like heart-filled sad about my brother, and like wanting to help him out because he's back there 3,000 miles away in Philadelphia at night, but to play outside that much because people getting shot and stuff. So he just come with my mind. So I was like, yo, so now finally 2 years, well, at last 2 years later, he's gonna be here in June, and get him in school and get him a job and stuff like that. And he's gonna be living. He's gonna be very cool. He's 14 now, so he's right at that age. He's at that age, just staying in his room. But yeah, a lot of cool things manifest all the time. Just continuing the flow, because what is the time? I'm more about the moments now. More about the moments, and that's something that microdosing mushrooms get me into, because I'm in this my chemistry is different, so my experience is different. How I'm enacting on life is different. Like, I'm more about the moments now than, oh, it's time for this or it's time for that. It's time for this. It's like, all right, what's the moment calling for? What is the moment calling for? And that because I have a lot of realities going on in my mind, and I'll be wanting to manifest them. I'll be wanting this to happen. I want that to happen. If y'all knew how many projects I started while I wasn't even doing the podcast, I don't even want to go down to like NFT art. I've been getting into that. I got into Pokemon cards again. I've been getting some good pulls though. I've had to look up getting the PSA grading. I started the garden back up. I'm growing a bunch of peppers. Like I've showed you before, I got back into physical, like doing physical art painting. Here goes my mushroom guy. And I'm doing way more things with this too, digitizing it. Like just getting into it the moment calls. It's like True Life Stories, you said life to me seems forever now. Yeah, like I have all the time in the world to do whatever I want. Instead of spending so much time racking up trying to make something that I'm dreaming of happen. But I'm always dreaming. So what am I fighting for? That's why I made that video 2 days ago. Instead of fighting to be the truth, just be the truth. Just be the Rugrats. They was imagining, but what they was imagining was happening right on their reality in front of their face. Didn't matter what the parents was going through. It really did not matter. They was like, Tommy was like, I got my screwdriver and I'm gonna break us out of this, I was about to say tent, out of our fence thing. Like, we gonna go on an adventure. That's what today is gonna be about. Chucky might be a little scared, but he was always down though. He was always frightened. That's Chucky is us. Chucky is us a lot of times. Like, oh man, I don't know if I really want to contemplate reality right now, or if I really want to be so much in that. Oh, I just want to go about the day and just see other people do it, or just be upset about something, or just feel trapped about a feeling. Because when you feel trapped, the ideas really don't be breaking through. The ideas, that's what a trapped feeling do. That's why a lot of people feel trapped. That's what a lot of depression come into. And that's why I tie and talk on these things, because a lot of other people go through these things. And there's many ways to fix yourself. I mean, to get to see yourself and things like that. But we need all the pieces to the puzzle. And a lot of people that even I tap into is like full on rage mode, or full on bliss mode, or full on like just so out there. I like to blend things together. Go from here to there to there. Because not everybody always, because I love comedy, and I love the way that comedians would just structure things and just have you think about it. And just like, if you upset, hey, or if you got it, hey, or if you kind of got it, or they just keep on going. But a lot of people, they's like, oh, that was mean. So then sometimes I bring it down a bit and describe well, this is what was really going on, or how I see what was really going on. But I'm seeing that flow of really just keep on going too, of really tapping into that keep on going flow. And allowing just my story to speak for itself, or like even speak to me, like even dressing up and stuff like that. And paying attention, creating symbols, not just thinking about the symbols, but writing them down on paper, putting the symbols on my shirt, recognizing what they entitling and stuff like that. Because I'm a magician, so my mind is on those things. So when I'm microdosing mushrooms, it's allowing me to recognize what I'm already onto, or what's already being set up even before my face, without me having to, like I said, go into that Cain and Abel state. That Cain state that's looking at Abel like, man, I'm tending the fields, I'm doing all of that, and it's not working out. Because a lot of things you'll see too, how when I say things is talking to you, I say things is leading, like how you will see a cartoon and things will say, and they will have like ghosts and spirits and things pop up, and they start talking to you and leading you on different pathways and things like that. I see that like in everyday, like I see that too. Well, I see that as well, and little things coming about to lead me on a path. To lead me on a path. Yeah, it's like giving a name to the characters and a meaning to their essence. Because that's all they are. It's essence. It's a big game. And everything is always like, is always leading you on a path. It's leading you somewhere. And the whispers that we choose to listen to are the whispers that we choose to listen to. Some of us, when we don't feel so proud in ourselves and so open, we gotta see another character do it. And then if that other character was so synced to what we were just going through, we'll start listening to everything that they say and start correlating it to things in our life, even if it's not really, even if you didn't really have to. But sometimes it is good. Like rage is good sometimes. Like I'm thinking of some hip hop songs and rap songs and stuff where they'll have me thinking about past rages I had in relationships and stuff, and I'm like, man, fuck that, and just like get on that vibe. But then if you like caught in the loop too much, start looking at even your present surroundings like that, even if it's not really like that, and you start getting upset and stuff like, man, she ain't really for me like that, man, what's going on? Like, these people ain't really with me like that. Start thinking everybody against you. And that's the flow I was getting into again. It was really like going back sinking, and I was like, hold up, let me just take a sip. Take a sip of some tea, of some magic mushrooms, and see what's going on. Just sit, and then sometimes you confuse yourself still. You confuse yourself still because And sometimes it's fun, but sometimes it can be heartbreaking. Like mushrooms, that's what I see about life, period. When you're in the bigger range of mushrooms and you travel to other lives that has nothing to do with this lives, you experience the not a kind of totality of what can be experienced in this life. All the hate, all the disgust, the deepest pit of disgust. Like you experience that essence, but then when you're here, it's like in front of your face. So it's like sometimes we still be fighting and like, whoa, wait, that ain't gonna happen, or that ain't true, that ain't real. Like, get that out of here. That ain't supposed to happen in my reality. and then that's more. And it's more lost. That's more lost type of stuff. But with the microdosing, it allows me to see how those type of essences, energies, is still always playing out. It's still always playing out. So how are you going to handle it? How are you going to deal with it? Because it's so easy to just be swept by the wave. It take a little skill to ride the wave. Like literally, you gotta talk to some surfers that have been doing it for some years. Get your feet wet, get in there, get knocked over a couple times. But the range of emotion, the deepest range of emotions is always here, and a lot of us always can run away easily from it. We got tools to drown out. Drown out. And then the big trick is you think you drowning out, but you really just tapping in deeper. You feel sad about a relationship, put on a sad song, but because they singing it so nicely, the drum beat is so nice, you're like, whew, I was able to be carried through that emotion pretty well. And that's the power of music. But if you really can, with microdosing, if a song is playing, and even if you think you put in the song on shuffle, and this is a tie bit for all the sidekicks out there, even if you think you put in the song on shuffle, that song is going to hit so hard that it's going to be like, oh man, I was supposed to turn this on right now. And then all these flashbacks, all these worlds start flooding into your vision. And sometimes when not on microdosing, you can just be tuned into the beat and just be literally daddling, and there's another kind of conversation and stuff like that. And if you're like, oh, why you got that song? Oh, I just like this song. I just like it. But when you're in that world and a microdose experience and mushroom series, period, because the level just enhances. You're like, oh yeah, this is what I'm feeling right now, or in a way, it's showing me something too. Hey, you said, are you taming, befriending the mushy essence? And well, I gotta bring that up on the big screen. Oh, that's too small. Are you taming, befriending the mushy essence and tuning the journey? In a way, like a tuning fork. Like whatever I'm I would say yeah. In a way, and it's a way like a tuning fork. Like whatever I'm resonating with. And it's like whatever I'm deeply resonating with, because it's the deepest gears that's going on. And I can think that sometimes I'm running off the deepest gears, like the thought to run down the street wasn't influenced by, oh, it's nice outside, but like, oh, I'm just running down the street. But like, oh, it's nice outside. I want to get some exercise. It's going to help in the future. I'm running down the street, like getting in the back and like tuning in, so that what I'm thinking is on the outside, but not all the way. You know how it's still whoosh, 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 whoosh. But that's part of what I'm expecting as well. I'm not it's all part of the expectation of getting caught in the whoosh 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 of knowing I'm gonna be this and then feel like I'm that and then this and that. It's wild. It's life. It's what we search for in songs and when we go to see plays or in movies and things like that. It's pretty cool. And because like if I want to find new music, we were just talking about this earlier. Me and Jermina was talking about music and things like that. and how when I was younger and stuff, I wasn't exposed to too much music. I was through video games. That's how I got my music, through video games and stuff. Other than that, it was just rap, and because that's what my mom listened to. But then as I started doing other substances and getting older, I started getting like other music started coming my way. Like not like EDM was always around, but now it was like in my circle. Now it was like Netherland music, like Bjork music come into my existence. And so it's like I've never really caught up in one type of vibe. I'm always experiencing other type of thoughts, other ideas, and having them downloaded and wanting to be expressed and things like that. So it's like, oh, if you say you this, then that's the tune of reality. Then you're gonna be experiencing this and that, gonna be traveling here to there, gonna be talking to this person, gonna be talking to that person. and it's the journey. It's the journey, because what I'm thinking about now is relationships, because I have older people talking to me about their relationships and stuff and what they going through and how they sometimes can't take this or what's going on with this. But then, and when I'm on mushrooms, I'm just listening. Most of the time I'm always on something, so I'm just listening, and I'm seeing them as like the character and the emotional feels, and how even they're choosing to display how they react into the hurt and the pain based on how they grew up, the type of music they listen to, their ideals, how they choose to come off. Because really a lot of times we just want to break, and there's really no words to say. So it's pretty interesting interacting with people on this level. He said, on the journey, have you heard your inner song? Yeah. Over and over. While you were saying that, it was yeah, I heard songs that on top of that, I heard songs on Mushies that, and on top, it's all the time, or that people have never heard before, and that even after I heard it, I never heard it again. And I was so much enjoying it. It reminds me of when I was younger, when I used to create songs in my head while waiting for the bus in Philly, where they would be delayed and all this other stuff. So I had a lot of time, and I would just be creating beats. I didn't know about computers, how to do it and that, or none of that. I would just start and just exist in that world for how long it wanted to be. And in Mushy Spaces, is songs playing and stuff that's like, I remember one time hearing, oh man, that's what I was making back in the day. I mean, what was that other song? What was the other music I was making up? Like, this is the kind of music I need to be making. I was like, this is it right here. And it reminds me of like that Toxicity song that I played at the beginning of the podcast. And the tied to the other magic of songs. It's a reason why they call this magic mushrooms. But when you get scientific and try to talk to people, you call it psilocybin mushrooms, or you say herbs and stuff like that. But it's magic indeed. It was like when you said, "Do you have an inner song?" It was a song saying, it was a song literally popped in my head as if it was already playing, but it just got a little louder. Like, here it is, and it's like over and over. It's a song by it's a song ironically by RuPaul, and it's a song called "This Is the Beginning of the Rest of Your Life," over and over, and it's about him being the master of space and time and things like that. So I was like, yo, these some good lyrics. I didn't even know he made music. It just popped up on Apple Music one day. Well, he was in the punk scene back in the 70s before he said, oh yeah, I can do something else. Be way more in tune. Well, yeah, a lot of songs. And the moment that song came to, when it popped on the radio, I was feeling real good. And I was like, yo, this song is, I do feel like this is the beginning, even though I was just breathing 5 minutes ago. Like, this is the beginning right now. Oh, and for those who don't recognize that symbol in the background, I just looked up. That's the symbol to the Thai Ventures of Tussle Tula Bay, Out of the Blue. It's available on Amazon, the ebook. Still working on getting the physical available, but hey, get it while you can. The ebook before it's like a fourth edition. The first edition is already you can't find anymore. The first edition has some print errors and stuff in there that you're never going to see again. You know that world. So shout outs to whoever got that. But the second edition is out now, and that's what this is. I mean, like, kind of move out the way. Thai Ventures of Tusitula Bay. All right. I think I'm gonna light up something, and microdosing mushrooms allow me to see as I'm talking about this, I'm already tying on this already. I'm just putting like an overlay thesis statement on it. It allows me to see my relationship with a lot of things, even with the food that I eat, the way that I walk, the way that I sit, the way that I dress, the way that I'm talking out loud, the way that I wish to feel about the way that I feel about certain things. It allows me to just be aware of my relationship, because we're in a relationship with everything around us. We're connected with everything around us. So a lot of us will kind of say, that's bullshit. No, I'm not. and that's where all this other things come into play, like the murders and the being shiesty to other people, trying to just one up another person for the benefit of just trying to gain, and don't really care if the other person, if they don't gain anything, are they gonna be able to survive? Like, it's a game for sure, but if the other person lose, are they going to survive, or are they going to die just because you wanted to win? So it allows me to, those things happen, so it allows me to see the relationships with all of those different beings, all of those different essences, and what's going to be filtered, what's chosen to be filtered, or what's the purpose of it. And it's all about your tune, like your tuning fork. What I brought up before, a tuning fork is this. If you have two, say I vibrate this, since this is like the same thing as this, then it should resonate with this, because they have similar mass, density, and shape. So they're going to ring. This shape is going to make this one vibrate without touching it. But if it was a different shape or density and all of that, then it wouldn't. So it's like whatever I am, that's what I have in store for me. Can't be vibrating like this with this and expect this to pop up. Like, I need another iPhone. That's the iPhone with the webcam right there. They just got to be vibrating. Is going to bring about those things that's like that. That's in their order. You bring about things that's in your nature. That's why I brought up that video before. Instead of fighting the truth, fighting what your nature is, just be your nature and just living whatever it pops up. Sometimes you may think that, oh man, that's too much. Oh, I don't want to think like that. Or, oh, that's too, that ain't nice. It ain't nice to really think like that. Or, oh man, I have to let them continue getting over on me, or they're not going to like me anymore. It's like all of those feelings, just get out the way. Hey, wizard. Hey, the wizard. Oh, the mic has. Test. Woo. Test. There we go. All right, soundboard. Thanks. Yeah. So I just going through all the songs in my head that I was listening to. It was cool. Good times. The relationship that I was saying, that it allows me to see that I'm having with life, and the essences that I wish that I'm tapped into, the tuning fork, manifesting your nature, can't be mad, be the truth. And that's, the things that you manifest sometimes going to seem ugly sometimes too, when you being yourself. Like, oh, I manifested this, oh, I brought about this. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. Yeah, something popped up, something got in the way, or even if it wasn't you, something got in the way. Like with microdosing and being in that flow, typing into that essence, being me, is you get into like, hey, this is the next demon to slay, or then that's just Christianity terms, but you probably make friends with it. They probably just wanted a couple bucks, or I say before a hug. Or sometimes you gotta whip out the sword. Sometimes though, you gotta whip out the katana. Oh, Rick the Matrix. Hey. How's it going? I hope it's well. Loving like the all be the truth. Yeah, yep. And sometimes when you be in the truth, you don't even know what that truth is. And that's why when you said be careful what you wish for. Yeah, be careful what you wish for. Just be the truth. Fighting for the truth, that's like trying to think that you this. Have all these thoughts going on. Yeah, because as soon as you think I think I'm this, or a person would think that they this, then something gonna pop up to say, hey, you think this too. Don't you think you that? Or you really this. They ain't gonna try to convince you. They like, you this. And you like, hold up, I ain't gonna think that I'm that now. I'm like, what? I ain't never gonna be like that. So yeah, the things that we wish for, you gonna get it, and it all comes with something. It always comes with something. And sometimes you just sign up for it and say, hey, bombs away. But you never know. You never know until that moment is there. You never know until that moment is there. And why I brought up relationships too. It brought up my relationship with marijuana. It brought up, I said, marijuana. Yeah, that's that marijuana thing. As if, like I said, I got a lot of voices going on, a lot of essences. I'm a big character in life. But it allowed me to see my relationship with cannabis, because I seen how my life beforehand and after I started smoking. Cause once I started smoking, it was like a little bit here and there for like 2 years. Then I started smoking like day in, day out, all day, all night. I don't know where the money came from in the beginning, but it just manifested itself and then just popped off like that. And now to this day, I don't even pay for tree nowadays like that. So, but I was seeing how my thought process and things like that, and how I handle situations. And how do I handle situations when I'm smoking, and how am I handle situations when I'm not smoking, and when I'm not smoking and not microdosing, it's kind of so different than not smoking, and it's so different than microdosing and not smoking, because I'm able to see what thoughts is going on in my mind, and how I'm encountering a situation, how I probably was getting too excited about something in that situation instead of reflecting more on that situation. Because the weed is just like, I'm in the mix. If it's on, it's on. Because I'm still growing up, 29, about to be 30 at the end of the year, so it's still energies that I'm just realizing for the first time. And when I'm smoking and when I'm on, I'm in it. But I was asking myself while I'm on the mushrooms, like, I didn't really grow up like that. I was a real conservative kid. I was really thoughtful person. I didn't really like go out and just do things, or just act on emotions and things like that, and the physical and stuff. I was real laid back. Still did a lot of cool adventures and stuff, but real laid back compared to everybody else, like how people would probably compare me now. So then I was seeing how the weed was pushing me into circumstances and pushing me into life, into all these emotions and things going on. But sometimes having the foot just high gear on the gas. I would just, all right, I learned it as I really going 150 miles per hour. I learned this at 150 miles per hour. If I crash, I hop in another car, just to swerve, just getting those reflexes. Like turning the car at 150 is different than turning it at 30 miles per hour. You gotta turn a lot earlier. You gotta brake differently. Hopefully you got some drift going on and things like that. It's a total different ball game. And sometimes a lot of excuse me, the human spirit is able to adapt because we're powerful, adapt to doing all of those things, regardless if it gets bruised up, regardless if it crashes a couple times. It's going to keep on going. It's going to keep on going. As long as you smoke the gas, you got the gas in you, so you gassed up. You're going to keep on going. And then in terms of memory and stuff like that, like I was always proud of my memory and things. So I was like, why can I remember? And it's not that smoking makes you forget. It's that all the things going on, having the gas on go at the same time of going that fast and never slowing down to reflect what's going on, but feeling as though just smoking alone is allowing me to reflect, talk about myself to reflect on everything all together. Is like how I now see it's not that possible, and that's why I'm going to be well, I ain't gonna talk about it till it's there. That's the vibe I'm on too. But I'll just say microdosing edibles and psilocybin together, just on the low level, not something that would like stop your day, is really, really beneficial. It's really beneficial because you get the go energy and you get the realization energy going at the same time. So you don't go too much on go and run over anything in your way. You know, most of us coming from the hood, from the projects, there was a lot of people that's just how they were. So that's what was embedded because that's what I was seeing around me. That was the way to go. Get angry at certain things, relax when you got the drink in you, but really still uptight, not really trusting people around you, and all of that, all of those things that don't really allow me to flow too much or in a certain way. But now realizing it now when I smoke, and me talking too, it's just the thing that tree's supposed to do. And with me thinking and talking and then forget what I'm saying. So at certain occasions, that's why you don't see a lot of rappers and celebrities and stuff talking on interviews, because they high as shit. They ain't talking. They gonna be like, oh, you gonna try to play me as a fool because I'm gonna talk about this and talk about that, but that's the artistry, and I'm willing to. I don't care. I'll tie. That's what we doing now. My mom was just telling me yesterday. She said, I finally watched one of your videos all the way through, and she said I was able to see that you was actually saying something. She was saying, in the beginning, it seemed like you don't know what you're saying because you're going here and there, but after like 10 minutes, you start gathering it all together, and then it comes out to like a story that you just have to hear from the beginning to end. I said, yeah, that's how I talk. And the mushrooms allowed me to recognize that's how I talk too, because a lot of us overthink. And being an overthinker, you would be like, I got to plot this out. It's not going to happen. That's where procrastination comes into play. Procrastination is a big thing for people like me, for people that think things or want things to be a certain way or perfect and never really get started on projects. But microdosing allowed me to just get started on the project. Like, oh, the moment is now. Why? Because this is what I'm thinking about. What else am I thinking about? This is what's on my mind. It feels good. It feels like, oh, this would be very interesting. I want to see what pops out at the end. Oh, RTM, you say you made a large Hershey bar with 40 grams. You're having a conversation in the chat. 2 grams probably later today. Nice. Unscheduled Coliseum. Trizium. Oh, chemistry talk. You know, or rate the matrix deep on the chemistry. For the first time, I'm gonna smoke right now. I was smoking earlier. So what I've been doing is getting into regiments, getting into routines and things like that, and with my smoking, so that when I'm smoking, I see that I'm in a very creative space where all I want to be is creative. Is creative in that zone. So instead of fighting it and smoking in situations where I know don't want to be, not want to be doing it, but if I know that it's a project on my mind and I start smoking, I'm gonna just want to do the project. So, okay, so I'm working with reality because, you know, I'm still raising a family. And with raising a family, that's still part of the picture, regardless. Or just, you know, the balance factor. I still light up day in, day out. Yeah, it's just so much things that I pay attention. I'm never not paying attention to some awesome, fantastic things. I was thinking of people that smoke when in the beginning, and certainly people that grow up in like a suburban type environment, not so excited, grow around a bunch of weed heads, how they feel a depersonalization effect, and they feel like they disconnected from their body when they smoke. And for some people that era, that train drop you off at like a depressive state, because you are seeing what's going on behind the scenes. You are like tapped in. But in order to keep on the journey, part of the hero's journey is seeing some scary things, seeing some skeletons in the closet. And that's why I see a lot of music, though. I'm just going on seeing why people create a lot of music that Christians or people that's holding a steady frame of mind would say we can't have this type of music because it's going to destroy our children. You say you want a purple upside down cake from the dispensary. Got my card back from the. Oh, yeah, I heard about Florida weed and stuff being expensive even since it got legalized. I saw a meme about that. I was at the dispense. We got some actually I would say plain old sour diesel. It's kind of plain now. I have some other stuff. I got some sour diesel right now. From the kind of dispensary. Just a nice bottle. They keep their stuff in fresh bottles. They real professional about their stuff. But yeah, that's the journey. That's the journey with smoking. People gonna clip this back together and be like, and funny clips, because I'm like, I'm so much outer space right now. I'm sipping some special tea right now, or the whole time I've been on this. So it's been kicking in and out in waves. So now with the smoking, it's really enhanced. All right. So if y'all have any questions about mushrooms or anything too, ask away. Let me see how many people is actually in the chat. I haven't looked this whole time. Yeah, if y'all have any questions on mushrooms or spirituality type of stuff, Thai stuff, you can let me know right now. And before I go into the next subject, which was, or just jump in at any time. Just ask any question anytime. You said tie on the lean. I had lean once. Me and my friend Billy tried it, and we crushed up some Zans in it too. One time, and we was on South Street in Philly, and we're just walking, just having a good time. I don't really remember that day. But yeah, lean is nothing but liquid heroin. That's why it's prescribed on the streets, and people actually do feel a different state of consciousness and become addicted to it. It's just that it's a bunch of other things in there that mess with your digestive system, your liver. that has a harmful effect on your body that to me is not worth it. It's not worth it to me. But it does sound good in the song. Bro, how come when I take mushrooms, my trips be so weak? Even when I close my eyes on a good dose, I don't be in another world. Like I might see some colors, but I never be in another world type ish. What's a good dose for you? What do you consider a good dose? Like above, like 5 grams or something like that? 4 grams and up, I would say too. Codeine. Yeah, codeine and and anti-nausea and motion sickness drug, which is promethazine. 9 grams. What's the strain? I got a list of things to go through. Like, what's your attention on most of the day on? But 9 grams, that's a lot. Do you eat a lot of fast foods? Or are you on any kind of SSRIs that would like dull the serotonin down? Hey Jeff Luke Savage. Lucas Savage. Because it is different strokes for different folks. And that's the mind game of mushrooms too. And yeah, tolerance as well. And tolerance, when was your... But you said there's all the trips though that you've been taking. So yeah, when that comes into play, tolerance. But if you never really got out there, you well mentioned the tea in your gut. Take a tea because it can get through your gut and stuff. You might not be able to break down the mushroom fibers, because that's why people get nauseated too when they take mushrooms. If you have a nausea feeling going on, that's why I like to smoke too, because it can kind of lower that down. It's because if you have other foods in your stomach, or it's trying to your body wants to break down the tough mushroom fibers more than the other foods, so it causes like complications and then sometimes people throw back up the food because didn't get digested, but they start tripping. Usually after the sick feeling go away, you start really feeling the vibes start kicking in. But yeah, if you can chime in, we can get some more details, dig into it a little more. Hey, I've been creating some art alongside with this microdosing. With the mushrooms, I've been, like I said, been getting into that space, just getting into the space, be in the space, and just seeing what's in it, what wants to be created and stuff like that. Like, it's not me creating, it's like what wants to be created. What's trying to pop out. So I was running across, what's that word? Wait, before I go into that, I remember I was talking about that. First, I thought that said anesthesia, which you wrote you well, but it's a fantasia and fantasia is the inability to visualize mental images. That is, not being able to picture something in one's mind. People with anesthesia are also unable to recall sound, smell, sensations, or touch. Some also report prosopagnosia, the inability to recognize faces. Whoa! Let me show y'all that. That's what I was reading. Whoa, that's... For some reason it wouldn't let me comment anymore. Had to log in back in. You opened with mind connection with practice. Yeah, you well. Right on. What you well saying is right on track. Right on track. I was going to say, practice some meditations, and with the meditations, visualize yourself doing things. Like I remember bringing up before, imagine yourself playing guitar or some kind of instrument, and then imagine playing a crowd of people, and then when you play the guitar, what kind of sound pops out? And then if you don't hear the sound, just think of a song that you playing or something like that to start off with. Imagine a song, listen to a song and get lost in the song. Imagine you the person singing the song, or where you are, if you're dancing it, or if you singing it, was rapping it yourself or something like that. That's a good visualization tool to use alongside music. But visualization is key. Starting to see. You said facial dystopia. I was about to say dystopia. Like, oh, I can't see no faces because I already read the other thing. The rest of your sentence real fast. It's like a dystopia. Like, gosh. But I gotta bring this up so I can actually see. There we go. Facial dyslexia is seeing faces in everything. I got a homie who's never mind, I read it wrong. A homie who sees skulls because he resells Grateful Dead gear. LOL. I ain't know. I thought I read that. I just saw skulls and dead. I was like, oh man, that do sound like something. A dystopia. My mind just be piecing together things. That's why I get into the experience, and the mushrooms allow me to get into the moment and see what's really going on. And that's what I was talking about. Weed had me on this level when I was smoking, and was my own energy acting when it's paired with it. We was just like a deadly duo. Like, we gonna just skip past with just yeah, let me get the summary. Just give me the summary. Alright, make sure that's not. But if it's muzzy, let me know. The mic. That's funny that he see faces, but it's particularly skeletons, and because he's in that zone and see them everywhere. That's what he always visualizing. He's in love with that art. He's so in love with it that he's selling it. He resells it. He's in tune with it. The Grateful Dead, I see, in like the people that the essence that created the Grateful Dead, they still always acting out. So it's not just the Grateful Dead, it's the fans, it's the artists, it's the stage crew. All of them participate inside of the essence of the Grateful Dead, of all of that. That's why certain bands and certain things last for a long time, because the essence that's creating it is pushing it, is working. It's at work. And then sometimes the work is over. They go do another job in another universe or something like that, and the fad dies down. Or it don't really go anywhere. People pick up on fads and stuff all the time, like 80s fads, and even from the 1600s. People like to dress up in like Renaissance fairs and stuff like that. Because that's what they tapped into. Me, I see smiling faces everywhere. I see faces that's like solemn, not really solemn, like kind of straight across, but a little smirk, and I see like smiling like faces all the time. I was trying to look at that tree real fast and see if I seen one, but even if I seen one, y'all can't see it. All right. Yo, I'm telling. What's this? Let's learn what this word is. Paridol. Let me see how they break it apart. Oh, they broke it apart in Greek. I want them to break apart the syllables. Here it is right here. All right, so pareidolia is the tendency for incorrect perception of a stimulus of an object, pattern, or meaning known to the observer. Common examples are perceived images of animals' faces or objects in cloud formations, or lunar pareidolia, like the man in the moon or the moon rabbit. They say incorrect perception. That's what was throwing me off. I was like, incorrect? No, that's what's going on. Like this right here, I see stuff like this. Where the arrow right here, where it says like a straight line across, I see that too. Where it's like a solemn expression, but not really sad. It's just like all the time. So that's the scientific term for it. Is it bad to have? Look at the questions. Is it a sign of, does everyone have? See, these are the questions on people's minds. That's why we tie. This is why we tie. This is how art is created too. Art, what do you think people spend thousands of dollars for? Art that's generated off of the person's reality of what they're actually seeing, not just copying off of somebody else, but how they view and interpret reality. And for most artists is what they see it or what they saw at one point at a heightened experience. Jeff, you said exactly. I'm telling you, it used to happen to me, and I asked him if he had experience seeing skulls, and he's like, bro, every time I trip. Yeah, I did wonder why when I was growing up. I forget what it was called. I just had it in my head, but it was a very popular clothing company, and it was jean related material, but it always had like a skeleton on it, and it's a lot of skeleton art out there too. I see it as like a symbol of morality. Like this lasts forever, but this don't really last forever. Like there's a morality to things. Like there's a mortality, not morality, a mortality, like mortals and stuff like that. And facing that fear. I was wondering why, because people really tapped into that. And when I was younger, I was like, oh man, I didn't really like that much. But then I started liking Avenged Sevenfold, the Death Bat, the skeleton with the bat wings. I like that one a lot. The South Americans see skulls many times too. They call them sugar skulls. Sugar skulls. I wonder why. Lucas Savage said, my homie hit a dose of 9 grams and he saw a praying mantis walking through the walls. Oh, the mantis beans. They out there. Really smart. The mantis beans are common, also seen as aliens by people not known to be tripping. Yep. A lot of documentaries talk about mantis beans. I remember somebody's DMT experience that just flashed in my head too of he's in another place now. He created this whole awesome group on Facebook. And now his wife and another couple admins are running it. It's called I don't even want to put it out there. Y'all find it if y'all invited to it. But he was talking about how he was on his porch smoking changa, which is DMT with different herbs infused with it, different natural herbs infused with it, but it makes the trip last longer. And he was saying how a mantis bean like came to his porch and stuff like that, and he was abducted. It was wild. But you heard about those mantis beans a lot. But they're really intelligent. Grateful Dead, man. That's why their name is what it is for sure. There's a lot of beans out here. It's a lot of beans out here people interact with. You'll be surprised. MAOI mixed herbs. Yeah, the MAOI is the thing that allows it has the inhibitor, and that's what the herbs have that you mix it with, so that allows it to last longer. And that's when they say, I hear a lot of people say, I haven't experienced Changa yet, but I hear from other people experience, that's when they say the aliens come to you. It's at DMT, you go to the aliens, Changa, the aliens come to you. Oh, speaking of DMT, like I was saying, I've been creating some NFT, some art that I've been learning about NFT art. That's another story, the blockchain and stuff. But I've been creating some new art alongside AI, artificial intelligence, while in like real creative spaces and stuff. And it's very awesome because it communicates with the GPU. It's a neural network, so it's learning as it goes along. It's not just you creating something right off the bat. It takes its time. Sometimes it takes a couple hours, over like 5-6 hours, to generate an image based off of words and ideas that I have. And then after that, I go in Photoshop and edit it and colorize it and things like that. Add all the cool colors and stuff. But it's really cool that the computer is able to think, and actually generate an image. And it's cool that all these technologies is coming out to do things that we can do and that we already doing in the psychic space, but with technology, it's a whole new world. Hold on, here it is right here. Let me show you. Let me just show you the example while I'm talking about it, so y'all can just know. Talking a lot. Where is it? Oh yeah, I already had it up there, so I gotta go to. Hold on, all my stuff just got flipped over. I thought I had it at the top. Thank you guys for watching the Side Top Podcast. Really appreciate all of y'all for coming through. The Discord, I'm gonna open it up on the next one. I gotta go pretty soon. I'm still looking for the picture, but yeah, I'm getting warmed up with going back to live, getting back in the social situations, realizing what's actually going on the Side Top Podcast, the potential of it, and not just getting lost in that, but what it helps me, how it helps me even during the rest of the day or the rest of the week. And the energy I was able to like creatively express and experience alongside all of y'all is worthwhile. It's worth it. It's fucking worth it. Hold on, where is the thing? I'm just gonna add a new one. Window capture. Yeah, this is how we gonna do it. There we go. Or there we are. We have arrived. Hey, oh, you said Mintable as first free fit. I'm gonna check that out. I'm on OpenSea. I have an OpenSea account. I gotta check out Foundation. So when you type in NFT art and stuff, it don't really come up. Just news articles come up. Here goes one that I created alongside AI. I typed in dimethyltryptamine, and then this image came up, and I colorized it a little more, made it high def and all that, all the magician techniques, and it came out with this. It's a whole awesome face right here. See, you even see a little jester face right here with an infinity symbol underneath of it, little crown, and you see whatever other things you pop out, some faces in the mix. So I was like, wow, that's really cool. Here goes another one. I was like, wow, that's really cool. Damn straight. Wait, it's all the same one. Hold on. Here goes another one. This one I'm really proud of. Oh, wait, I need the big version. Hold on, give me a second, give me a second. Why would it give me 4? Alright, it gave me 4 versions of the same window to choose from. So I gotta like see which one is the actual one of my picture. This is a real janky way of finding it. So I'm gonna do it another way. New folder. Here it is. Bang bang. This one is my magic mushroom piece right here. Save. There we go, right here. The little guy in the field of mushrooms. Oh yeah, this is all going alongside the ones that I'm gonna do by hand and things like that. I got the Apple Pencil. I gotta fix my tablet though. It's been broke for like the past a week or so like that. Something up with the software. It just keeps reloading the Apple symbol. But that's some of the art that was generated alongside AI that I just wanted to show off. And one more. I asked the computer show me a fourth dimensional view of space. And then it showed me this bunch of windows. Where is it at? It showed me this right here. I was mostly interested in what it would actually show, but this is what it showed right here when I said show me a fourth dimensional view of space, and I added a little more, saturated the color. So yeah, more coming soon, and I'm animating these as well, so that they move around and everything. I was trying to show it off, but it wasn't popping off. Hey, King guys. Late to the party, but peace to the chat and all love to my guy Ty. Hey, thanks. One love as well. So he just uploaded a video. Everybody go check it out, King guys. Then you just gotta click his name, take you right to the channel. But yeah, for those who don't know, the NFT space is really, really interesting because it's all about the feeling. It's all about the value of things and adding value to yourself, really. And what you see as awesome, what you see as worth something. And you know, with cash, people will say, oh, this is valuable or that's valuable. And then for years, it's been said was valuable. And people just follow that train track forever instead of going on another train track, taking the train somewhere else. So with NFT art, it's something where your art is locked in with the blockchain, which is something It's an algorithm. It's an algorithm that can be checked by anybody all around the world. So when you mint your digital art on the blockchain, it allows for just one specific copy of something to exist. So nobody else can say that they own that copy of your art. And a lot of digital art been taken for granted. People repost it, sell it, use it for their own means on channels and things like that. So the credit to the artist, the digital artist, all their work and things not really fulfilled, all their heart as and the same, like if they was to put that on paint and stuff like that, that same thing, it'll be a whole nother story. So now I see this as us really moving into the digital age. Yeah, belief is value. Now people have a belief in crypto and digital assets. This, like you well said, and this is adding to that belief pattern, because you know, mouth is dry. We live in a reality that's created through all of our ideas. Augmented, art. I forget the word. Not augmented. It is an augmented reality. It's all of our ideas is going to pop up, and whatever the most prominent ideas is going to start pop. Whatever we believe in is going to happen. That's why belief is not real, whatever, and belief is an illusion, and we say we don't believe in anything, but whatever we chose to believe, it exists. So now this belief in the digital world, as we always heard since we were younger and things like that, this is another step that we're able to witness in this paradigm, as Luke said, in this paradigm shift into the tech world. And then one of the paradigms in here is augmentation. Yeah, that's the word. That's the word to go with. But the paradigm to go with this paradigm shift in the NFT art world, and having art value that's created on a digital space solely, is and it being valued and changing people's life, so that now they can buy a house, they can feed their families, they can have assets now available to fund projects that will help other people out. So, and this is from them working in the digital space, and it's through the blockchain. Is what right now is through Ethereum, not really Bitcoin, as a lot of other people would think when you hear blockchain and cryptocurrency. Mostly through Ethereum right now, which is like the top coin right next to it. It's like the market cap is really, really high. It's in the billions, and the price of it, I think, is like 2,000 right now a coin. So the worth of the art that's minted now and bought with these coins in the future is going to be worth even more money. Just like when art was being made a long time ago, and people was holding on to the Renaissance art and the things made back with George Washington and stuff, when he's creating American money and things. People that got art from back then, and from that point on, that held on to it, is worth a lot of money. It's like generational wealth. And it's like, I hold this piece of art in my hand that somebody in time created. So that's what the NFT art is really changing the world, because a lot of people was first popping up saying, a lot of people still gonna pop up and say, oh, it's a scam, it's really not worth anything, it's just all digital. But I've been dealing with, and a lot of us been dealing with this mental state since we was kids. Oh, that's just a video game. To me, it's the same feeling. It's the same feeling of when people do that. When people have passive incomes from internet connections. Yeah, with different currencies that have nothing to do with the dollar. But as we trace it back to the dollar just to see a worth of value, but when you really get into the crypto space, you start basing your value based off of what you have, not really going based off of how much is it based off of what the dollar is worth right now. So that's a whole mind state to get into, because that's what's running the game right now. That's what's running the game. And there's going to be a lot of things, there's still a lot of fears popping up, but that's what's going to happen. The government is popping into the crypto space. They have popped into it. They did their first auction of coins, bitcoins, I forget, somewhere on the East Coast, where they was auctioning off some coins. I forget. And people was bidding for them. But it was crazy because they was bidding for them, but they wound up buying them higher than the actual market price if they was just to do it for themselves. So I got the message, but I didn't really get why. But I get it though. I get it. They making a mark, making it known that they in it. And they actually creating their own token as well. Their own governance token. There's some coins in the crypto space that's governance token, is backed by the government. It's not really decentralized, it's centralized. So those are the ones that the government is definitely going to be able to track. And some of these coins are probably going to be promoted by some of the banks and stuff like that too, just to keep their foot in the water a bit, the government. Because God, it's going to happen. God, they're government. But the spirit I was talking about of money and the Bitcoin and the people that's in the space, I was watching an example, since I forgot what I was really saying. My an example, it was a guy on crypto doing an interview for a news corporation. It was like CNN, Fox News, I forget which one, and it was popped up on YouTube. And he was saying, they kept trying to ask him, was he a billionaire? Are you a billionaire? And he would not answer the question. He just kept laughing. It seemed like he was just in that space, that trip mushroom type space. That's you know what I'm saying, just real relaxed, and can see the reality of answering that question fully visualized before just jumping into it. So he just laughing, and he was just describing that $1 billion, I forget how he said it, but he said something like a person that's $1 billion don't really have $1 billion, they just have 1 billion different ways to help people. And like that was all he was saying and stuff like that, and saying how the money the money and stuff, it manifests as needed. And this a guy coming from a guy that was in Bitcoin when you couldn't buy Bitcoin, you just had to mine it. So on the low, you know, you packing, but the presentation, it don't really matter, because the spirit is what matters. What's actually going, what you're gonna do with it. Because you see what's being done with just the cash money right now. Not really. It's good, cool things, but people that's trying to do a lot of cool things and good like promote good health and things like that don't really have the funding to do it, and gotta do all these other twists and turns in order to get it done. So now it's different ways to get shit done. You said some of the NFT spaces are going USD because of the transfer rates on other cryptos. Now cyber will entangle with reality as people know it more and more. Yeah, I know. We above it. If y'all with the Ty channel, if y'all with the Sci Ty podcast stuff, a lot of stuff I say probably don't make sense, but y'all hearing it because we ahead of the curve. They ain't hit the streets, as you well say, yet. That's why I'm so excited about it, because it didn't hit the streets. It's all still in the mental space. It's all still being worked out. The play is still, the chess pieces are still being moved right before my eyes, our eyes, when you see it like this. Because the guy that was talking on the CNN news channel, he has these feelings about stuff, and he was mining coins when nobody was even talking about it. But he was all about, hey, we need this decentralized currency going on, because how the government and stuff is, and how cash and stuff is valued. You know, we talk about the story. So now the digital reality is changing up. PayPal now start accepting, and Visa is going to start accepting crypto. And what you're saying, the gas fees, the gas fees on Ethereum is high. It's real high. We don't really like that. Gas fees is the transfer rates to exchange money between two different clients. But yeah, it's a brave new world. I never up on this chat, but this video family today. I'm an artist, and we on this NFT tip right now. Trippy, homie. Hey Jeff, yeah. The sync is real. The sync is real. Streaming on all your favorite music platforms. Yeah, because the doubts be popping up. I'm like, shit, is this a scam? And then other people pop saying it is a scam. You can go with that, but then my heart be like, no, I love this kind of thing. I like putting value to things that other people don't think is value, because it's how I feel about it. I don't care. And then usually it catches on. So. Yeah. Some tile NFT art is going to be coming soon. I've been in the works with it already, but it's going to come in pieces that really is really from the tie, not just from the heart, but all the organs put together. Snoop Dogg dropping something tomorrow. just to tie on that. Snoop Dogg dropping some NFT tomorrow. I'm gonna drop in on that. That's another way people creating wealth, is by buying crypto art and reselling it for thousands of dollars, because the wealth of it goes up because it's valuable, and you only can get it that one copy at certain times, at certain drops, at certain moments. As if, like, you ever watch certain people drop clothings and flash sales and stuff like that? Not even a clothing store where they do drop the price, where people set up a whole shop, like this dope ass artist drop out shop, all these clothes, then you can't get them again. It's like that. It's that kind of feel. There's auctions and everything. So when it comes, you know how I've been always, go back 3 years, always been putting art on this channel. Like painting and everything, anything I can get my hands in, 3D, digital animation, all of that. So I'm really excited about the future. I'm really excited. And with that, guys, I'm gonna tie you on out of here. It's a great time to be alive, mattress man. And I'm gonna tie you on out of here. I'm gonna go pick my daughter up. She's in this nature school program, out in the woods right now, so that's pretty cool. So, thank you guys for coming on through and having a fun, tie-tastic time. Make sure y'all check out the Just Tainow website. Oh, come on, do this smooth. Check out the Just Tainow website, www.justtainow.com. All the things you will ever want from the tie is there, and if you want some more, just email me and I'll put it up there, or we can work together and make it happen. There go the Tie Venture Tussle Tula Bay. You can buy it on the book, on the website as well. The Tainow store, come and explore all the art, all the sacred art that won't be available for too much longer. I got some more designs coming up, so get the first season of the tie gear while it's at it. I got a couple shirts now that I don't even wear. I just got them in the closet so I can have them for the future. Here goes some tie-dye tees with the mushroom on there. Yeah, and all the videos categorized and everything. It's an awesome site. Just go and explore it. Just go, Tainow store. Ain't gonna spend, y'all know what it is. Y'all already know. Even if you don't know, now you got a little taste. Yeah, and Instagram, TikTok, Clapper. I haven't posted anything on there about True Life on there. Follow True Life Stories on Clapper. TikTok. Yeah, Facebook. Discord. All of those. Have some fun. Let's stay connected. Let's stay tying. And if you have any art, let's connect with that. We can do a showcase. I'm gonna go back to that, but yeah, on the VR art world. Yeah, tie always. We all tie, but do we really tie? Sometimes I don't do. Sometimes I really don't know. Thank you, Jeff, Ollie Cat, Uel Adams, Mattress Man, King Guys, True Life Stories, and everyone else for tying on. Have a beautiful day. Tie-tastic day. Adios.